Rumble House. You are live. So we're live to YouTube and now we are live to Instagram. Okay.
Don't spray me, please.
No, I didn't need your phone. It's all over. Okay. We are live to YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. So we are going.
Hi, Scott. Is the sound on?
We're starting the auction. We have to be professional. We are going to start the auction.
Actually, no, we will not help.
Do you want me to write?
Actually, yes.
Oh, are you? Yeah.
Oh, I will help hold the pieces. Oh, wait, can I show my things?
Oh, yeah, of course you can. Talk about that. So, welcome. This is Rumble 553. Welcome and hit share if you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. Felix is going to talk about his lovely discovery this week here.
So, this is a instant watercolor thingy. And what it does is it's instant watercolor in spray paint form, but in a spray bottle. So what you do is you
This is like the fam jam.
how you make it is you get some tube watercolor and you put it into a spray bottle. And then you fill it with water and lock the thing and shake it and like mix it all together. And then you spray it and it looks like color.
It's very lovely, Felix. Very lovely. Did you want to show your trial?
Here's how we can show
Oh yeah, I want to show the trial.
Put it back here.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Just
right. The frame there. Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is not for sale.
This one is.
Okay, that one is for sale.
That's Raichu.
It's an Alolan Raichu from Pokemon.
and it needs to dry a little bit before we tip it.
And this,
Hold on,
I
hold
know
on,
you
hold on.
can't see it yet, but
Hold on.
Just makes
Felix have a tea?
Yeah.
And he didn't drink it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm drinking it.
and this is not for sale, but it was my trial with the watercolors. So yay! Oh yeah, and the Raichu is $5.
$5 opening bid for the Raichu?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
This is my trial.
Rich Teru, where's your
And
phone?
I'm gonna stop help.
You're gonna stop helping now? Put your stuff away. If you, in the back, maybe don't put your paper.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm just gonna spray a little bit more on this.
Oh, nice.
Should we share it to YouTube?
Yeah.
YouTube?
Okay.
Okay, I need somewhere to put this.
So
You shouldn't
how
move that.
we
We're just going to leave it.
No, I need to
do
put
our
this.
auction is we go live on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram now, and people are going to be watching from all over the place. Yeah. Richard Cox said it sounds like the airbrush, right? Like you invented your own airbrush process. Okay. So we are going to start bringing pieces up. So Felix's canvas is the first up for auction. And if you would like to bid on anything, text 403-629-7424.
629-7424. 403-629-7424. What's happening?
She was just checking on the parking situation. So text or call 403-629-7424.
403-629-7424.
Okay, here we go. Let us begin.
Just 10 people with us online.
That's
Seems empty, but actually pretty crowded.
That's wonderful. So first, Felix's Raichu, Alolan Raichu. Now
It's from Alola.
we would like to. Oh, here. One of the pieces of inspiration was Rose. Sandra got this beautiful book, and Rose was one of the pieces of inspiration. What is your material, Sandra? Watercolor.
It was watercolor and ink, and it's like some of those sparkly watercolors from Mexico.
So fun.
How about no?
How about no?
How about no?
But you have to have the sound up, so stop going on the videos, and we need to have the sound
I'm
up.
trying to share the thing.
Oh, it's on the.
But then the sound came on. So I said, how about no?
So that's what it was.
These beautiful handmade watercolors you got from Mexico, and they're sparkly and pink. I'm trying to show the sheen online.
Fit my conversation with you about wine.
Yeah. One day. So, and one of the pieces of inspiration was Rose.
What's the other
What is your opening bid?
Abstract or something.
Abstract ideals and
$5.
$5 opening bid for Sandra's lovely Rose. Oh, that was a nice sound effect. That's good.
I've been working with.
So, text or bid. So beautiful.
No, I actually haven't at all.
Was this from?
I haven't
Yeah,
done that.
no, I
since,
made
like,
it.
right
No, you made that?
It's my Jeep.
Cheap.
You can buy it for cheap. It's cheap Jeep. Bid for this is $1. $1 bid for a Jeep. Or should I
Sandra,
give him the Jeep?
I have this one.
Just-
So, what would you like your opening bid? $5. Okay. So this one's also by Sandra. Is a lino print, right?
With like just the ink.
So beautiful. And it is one of 15, and it's called Stillness. So lovely. $5 opening bid by Sandra.
Let me see.
A beautiful lino print. Isn't that lovely?
You did that. When did you do that?
I was lucky enough to go to this education catalog. It was a while back.
I love it. I'll bid $5.
Yay!
$5 to me.
It's going $34.
What's that?
Oh, I was just housing it.
Ah, and it comes with a nice paper cover.
Protective cover.
The Pokemon character.
CH.
RAI.
Which one? How should we do your music?
So
So last week, Rich was like it was a big week, and he
yeah, we knew that a lot of people were coming. It was right before Christmas. And here's the funny story. Here's what happened. There's a young man with lots of big feelings in my school, and sometimes a very, very vociferous sound in his throat. And he was screaming that we're Nazis really loud because the librarian has to cut down the library sometimes. So she was recycling old things that weren't being used anymore. And it was going into the recycling for the sake of
space
Right.
economy.
I was going to say for recycling, like the
Recycling.
environment, right? But he thought since the books were being destroyed, that made us Nazis. Meltdown. And
Yeah, it wasn't out of censorship. It
they
was-
often call me to solve meltdowns. And I simply said, could you separate some of this for things we could use in art? And he put so much thought and effort into separating these things that I ended up with stacks of these old music sheets, which were super fun to paint on because I used the musical notes as a mid-tone.
How nice it is that I love the ones you like. Chromatic etude is like he's chromatic. Like look how beautiful he is.
Yeah.
But then,
I'd like to take credit for that, but I didn't.
But-
read the,
and then look, Louis is articulations.
also, that's total fluke. Anyways, I made like 20 paintings for last week,
This is arpeggio.
coming up to Christmas, and I forgot them all at school. I was like, no problem. And some of them were Christmas themed, so there's actually a
A
Jeep
Jeep
with
with
a
a tree on the
Christmas
top.
tree in the back, kind of a play off the old. You see this all the time, the truck with the tree in the back.
Yeah.
But this was a Jeep Cherokee, which was kind of a personal story for me. So I made all of these funny little things and forgot them. And
This
like
looks like
one.
Chet rhythm round.
how did you know that was Cherokee?
Because that's
Yeah.
And is this Brubeck?
This might be.
Or is that Vince?
No, this isn't Brubeck, and it wasn't. It was somebody else. I forgot who it was.
Is this Brubeck?
No, they were. They can be whoever.
This
It,
Brubeck?
it wasn't Brubeck. It was. We listened to him all the time.
Vince Girl?
Meldow, Brad Meldow.
Brad Meldo, or was it Bill Evans?
It's Bill Evans.
Bill Evans.
Or it might have been Brad Meldow. I do not remember. This was actually my favorite because I paint into the negative space, and when I started this one, I painted out his shadow, and then I changed his position in the middle of painting it, which left this wild shadow behind him. If I kept one, this is the one I'd want to keep. Doesn't feel like it's going to be a problem tonight.
Did you go off of an image for that? This is really beautiful.
This was a lady playing the violin. It was more difficult to find like the jazz.
I like this one is upside down. Like the music is upside down.
Right. Okay.
So, what are your opening bids for your musical?
$5 for every one of these.
Okay, let's see,
Opening bid.
because we do have.
It's $6
So what should we
for the
call this?
shadow.
We'll call this the
Scott
lady
asked if you're going individually or a set.
individually.
Hi, how are you? Merry Christmas! Here we pull up chairs. There's here. Can we just go past this jacket there?
So we'll call this the lady with the violin.
Scott just bid 150 for the set.
How many are there?
Perfect.
Did he say 150?
Yeah.
So there's 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's 7. That's an odd number. 8. Yeah, 150 for the set. I can live with that. Yeah, 1, 2,
I have
3.
a question. If Mom wanted to bid on
4,
the Louis Armstrong and one of the piano players, is that
5.
possible? So it's kind of like 160 for 8 is 20. And then
Here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to simplify things.
Okay.
I'm going to make them all $5. Scott, we love you. But I think
well, I can ask him. So I'm asking
I
him.
think
It would be 20 for each.
I feel like if there's lots of people making this decision, it's going to get more stressful.
I think, but we do this. We do weird requests.
Okay.
So he bid 150 for the
Scott,
for the
can we make
set,
the opening bid for these 20 apiece? Does that work?
so that he already bid that, and then Mom. So he bid.
There's an answer right there.
Well, now he said too confusing. I'll let him go with others, and now Mom also said other pro. So should we say?
I will take the violin lady. I'll bid on the violin.
Violin lady, Scott, is it okay if Mom bids 30 on the violin lady and you have the set for 150?
slow down.
Like the set with minus the
Breathe,
violin
just breathe,
lady?
just breathe.
I haven't written it. Okay, I have a question. How
I think
did
we
you get
kind of need
30
the
already?
150 for the
I know. Okay, Scott, you got them for
one.
okay. So
2.
Scott's after the jazz guys, and
Okay.
you want the violin lady. Is that
that what I
okay?
said?
Yeah. He said I'm mainly after the jazz guys.
Okay, hold
So
on, hold on.
then that's perfect.
Okay, this is how that would look.
Oh,
Scott.
that's way better. Okay, perfect.
Hang on. We got 1, 2,
He said, yeah, pianos and trumpets.
3, 4, 5, 6, and that makes a nice shape. So 6 pieces. Scott, I'm going to ask you to decide how much you want to bid on 6 pieces.
Okay.
It's actually the best 6, so I think that works out. But if 150 is still your opening bid, that'd be awesome. They are going once, going twice. I'm very honest. Going 3 times. 150 to.
He bid 169 for the 6.
All right, sold. We're just gonna call that a smackdown.
Okay, perfect. Those are yours, Scott. Okay. So 169.
I got this happy painting of a man sitting on a Volkswagen.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I actually wasn't. Yeah.
Can I ask you, what did you bid? Can I also give you these 2?
Who are those people?
They're not anybody's.
All right.
They're not
All right.
anybody.
What? Did we? I don't think we've even put it in yet.
Yeah, we did. We said $5.
You bid 5.
No, no one bid
Okay, let's.
I can do it. I can do it,
I'm
please.
gonna hold it. Okay.
Going once.
No, wait. Did you get a bid on it?
$5.
That is so bright.
Going once.
What are you hoping to happen here? You
Going
wanting to take it
twice.
home? We don't have a bid on it.
Going 3 times and 10-minute lag.
I'll
Is there-
bid. I'll bid $20 on this. Okay.
Okay. 10
Does that,
minutes.
does that work for you? $20 going once.
No, 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
$20 going twice.
We might be tired from the holiday season. Everything will be fine. Okay, here we go.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It's a Christmas miracle. Start building walls. I
All right,
like
this I was expecting to be a big hit. It's a painting of the Rumble at the Rumble, and I was going to sell it at the Christmas Rumble, and I left it at school. So no, there was 10 paintings that I meant to have
We
ready
left
for
so
them,
many paintings at school before the Rumble.
and it was 2 weeks worth of paintings because I did a bunch the week before, and just helped me put them away somewhere special that I couldn't find, and then I
They were
had
at your school.
not the other ones.
Yeah, they were. You brought them home.
And
with
then
all
the,
your
the
stuff.
other 2 I did at school to make up for the missing 8. And this was one of and I was so excited about Christmas, and I left them all. They all ended up at school.
Remember, is this?
What's happening with this?
Thanksgiving.
That's for Thanksgiving. It might be.
Where was this?
It's in the fridge since Thanksgiving.
The witch's brew.
That's sparkling Sprite and
Trying to put it somewhere
cranberry.
safe. That might explode, right? Opening bid for the Rumble House is $5.
20.
Who said that?
Bethany.
There you go.
There you go.
This one I was also quite excited about last week, but I also left it at school. It was a library, and I spent. It's just kind of nice. I started painting with watercolors, and so I have them in my pocket all the time. And now when I work at lunch, I just do a quick painting off.
Everybody loves your water.
Yeah, So this I really enjoyed because well, books and records are really where I get all my solitude from. So the opening bid for this is $5. Who said $10?
Send us a-
Big roll.
Oh.
$10 going twice. $10 going 3 times.
I'm gonna put in Kelly's.
Here's Kelly's monkey.
I want to help you.
I need you.
Calm down.
Thank you. All right.
Don't hold him by the hair on his head.
There's
Can I turn
instructions
it on?
on how to hold the monkey.
Can I turn his eye on?
His eye, his one eye.
Singular. That would be really awesome. Actually, last week there's a hockey player and one eye was flashing because he had a busted eye, like on purpose, like she made it like that.
Oh, wait, I get it.
So this is Alto. Opening bid is $65. All started in one place with a painting. It shall end in one place with a painting.
And this is one of Kelly's best paper paintings.
So nice. Opening $65 for the lovely set. I like that the cute guy has hearts all over him. That's so nice. Oh, that one. I was like, why is there disdain in her voice?
Forever alone.
Gina bid 25 for the library painting. Is that a thing, or did you already give it to Sandra?
She's just holding up.
30 for the library one? Okay. 30 to Bethany for the library painting.
Sorry, who was the one before?
Gina. Oh, Randy, 35.
40.
40 now to Bethany.
Would you like to see it up close?
Gina said 50. I like the
How serious. She is apparently very serious.
Gina's serious.
Yeah.
55 to Bethany.
You just never know, hey? Like which piece is going to take off.
So Randy's joining us from the Sunshine Coast in BC. Gina's joining us from Calgary. the
There's
north.
12 people online too.
So beautiful.
The sunshine cool.
Yeah.
Is the sun shining?
Mm.
They
Right.
traveled 9 hours. They made it 5
Also, Bethany traveled 9 hours just to come to this rumble.
And then in-laws, but you know, really corrupt.
Secondary.
Secondary, minor.
Gina bid 75.
She just gave it.
Can I tell you something about this painting? That's
In the fridge, there's like Christmas dinner leftovers. There's ham in the container, Felix. I know you like
something that I hadn't tried before was you
In
know
the
those,
big
those really detailed arabesque
Oh yeah.
carpets.
Yeah.
I am not one for like patience and detail and sort of things. But what I did was I kind of like zoned my brain out and allowed my mind to sort of blot the arabesque carpet into place. And it was really interesting watching the carpet form because I really abstracted what I was looking at because I had a reference that I think this is some library in the world that everybody loves the most. It's like I looked up libraries and I was just going through interiors. I kept coming back to this one library. Maybe it's like somewhere in the world, it's considered the world's most beautiful library. But I kind of let my eyes blot out and make this this carpet. And then on top of that, the chairs had shadows on them from the light source. And there was just so much happening that when I was painting it, I was like, oh man, I just turned it into garbage. But then I walked away from it and I came back to it. And it hit me with fresh eyes. I was like, wow, like I'm not even really sure how I did this, you know. So
And also when it dries too, it evolves.
there's something with the watercolor paints that when they dry, they kind of give you a brand new gift. All right. Here's my elevator I purchased not long ago. But I'm going to put it in the auction because it's Boxing Day, and we have traditionally had very slow Boxing Day. This is actually not a bad Boxing Day at Rumble. Everybody's usually pretty tapped out from Christmas. And, are we showing all these? Is that why these are here?
Well, they were here, yeah.
Kind of a blowout sale. This is a River Troll painting. Opening bid for this is $1.
I like the metallic.
It is a pretty nice surface.
Did you show this one? Did you talk about this one?
No, I'm going to.
Oh, sorry. How much is Oliver's? How much is for your son's skull?
I will sell my son's skull for $15 opening bid.
And then you have
$1 for the River Troll. There's these stack of figure drawing paintings.
5 for the river troll.
5 for the River Troll to Mom. Where'd it go? There you go.
$1 million. But also will a chocolate bar. Here's some of our figure drawing paintings. Are you taking off? How about a hug?
No.
What do you know?
You're talking to Arthur.
There's feelings hurt and then unhurt.
No, yeah, no.
Wait, Colin. Can I give you this painting of man on the back of the Volkswagen?
Merry Christmas.
We'll be coming to your place and checking to make sure.
My wallet. Yeah.
These are from figure
That's
drawing.
not a bad idea. Like they're rug stores, and you can just have them out on
Oh,
like,
yeah, like that.
like kind of folding. These are all beautiful. Look at this. Oh, look at that. I really love these. These are all
This is a-
figure drawing.
Nice thing about figure drawing is we end up with lots of extra paintings left around.
Bye. See you.
The Vitruvian Man. A bare bottom. We normally do figure drawing every Thursday. So one of the reasons we show the figure drawings is to remind people that we do figure drawings on Thursday. But tomorrow we're not doing figure drawing because we will be out of the country.
Finally cut off that.
Chicago?
And then we're going to Southern Illinois.
Richard.
We're gonna meet Richard from Illinois. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, Richard says 15 for man. Oh yeah.
Well, I can probably roll these over and bring them to Richard.
Oh,
Yep.
Richard,
I'm going to bring all these
We're
figure
gonna
drawings to
some gift for you
Illinois.
because we can bring paper. Will this
Here's-
fit in your bag though?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah. Well, Mom is
I'll be sending. this
hold it
one.
on your lap. Mom's sending that canvas so we
Yeah.
can put in that one.
I'll send it.
If you're
It might.
interested in any of those figure drawings, please let us know. All right,
Okay.
drum roll. This is my fun piece. Watercolor. What was the theme tonight?
Tonight was change. The-
Changes.
Sandra gave us this really cute card set. And it was the Herald, and it was heralding and change, a new adventure. So
Yeah.
that was our card.
But that's what this was 1,000%. I was making, okay, so this is actually an example of not change. Let me tell you why. This is one of the first, oh, this is so painful to say. Conceptual paintings I made. And by that, I mean, I was really just learning how to paint for the first few years. And then I think in grade 10, I needed to come up with sort of a narrative painting that told a story. And what I did is I painted a crowd of people going one direction and then one guy in a slightly different color going in the other direction. And that was something my daughter really liked when she was in school. She painted a similar theme of that. And this is a variation on that same theme of all the bodies going one way and one body going the other. Now, actually, in this case, it wasn't so much about direction or movement so much as light. So what I wanted to create was a sense of what was the thing about change? Change is coming.
Journeys and change.
Yeah, hold that for a second.
15. Yeah. So the cool thing about the themes was it was about change and journeys, but then also about Kandinsky was talking about abstract ideals in the Blue Rider art. So the idea of the color blocks. It looks nice because there's shadows from like the camera and stuff, and so it looks like shadows on the street. Shadows on the street. Do.
I really did have to give up my light tonight.
Oh, that's cool.
So the fun part of that is all the black light in my head while I'm painting. And I don't get to see what it looks like until it goes at the end. I really love how the shadows on the ground, which were really an afterthought, illuminated under the black light, so that the black light you do with the imagination and with your memory, remembering things that have effects. And I remember of this set, the blue one tends to be the most, gives you the most sense of light. So yeah. So these are some people downtown with the change coming and movement and direction and yeah, I love that it inverts under the black. So that was a nice surprise because I didn't know what it would look like until
That's super cool. What's your opening bid, Rich Tiru?
well, this will be weird, but I think I'm going to say 50.
That's not weird. People on the street.
Because we're talking about your pieces too, right?
I know, I'm still trying
And you're
to
like,
decide what the heck.
which one should I sell? And then sometimes if you say, like for instance, $1, you're really just saying, "Oh, you're bad for me." Sometimes when you say $50, you're saying, "You don't need this painting. This painting doesn't feel like it belongs in your house. It belongs in my house." So yeah, maybe with this one, I just have a lot of nice feelings attached to this painting. So it's not that I don't want to sell it or I don't want you to have it. It's just I want me to have it. So
In the library again? 80?
Yeah.
see, who
Library?
just said that? Was that you? Yeah. And I think like, all right, maybe it's possible I don't end up in art history. But if I do, I think that the art historians that look and read things will look at this and go, that's the day that Rich learned how to fuzz out his eyes and paint arabesque details into paintings without looking at the details. And that was the trick to it was, had I tried to paint the floor, I did the same thing here the other day. Oh, what happened to that? Oh, put it in my book. Yeah. So we're going to Chicago.
Things are going missing very quickly.
Everything we own. Do you have a purse? Can you buy? Yeah, that's the size of the bag Jess and I are each
Need a
taking.
bit
to get
100.
Oh. But I inspired by this rug, which I forgot about. Did you see that arabesque right there? I painted that. Just what I do sometimes is I'll rush the background, so I just painted the background. I painted the chair and the wall, and there was a tripod across the chair. And then when I was done that, I put Jess in the chair, so I had a nice background to work with. And then I painted Jess into the painting, which I've done a few times. But when I was looking at this arabesque on the wall, like your first thought is, oh, that's way too complicated. I'm not going to try and paint that. But when I kind of like bled my eyes out and just
Scott says that rug really ties the room together.
I know.
What movie is it from?
I don't know.
It rings true in my head, but now
You know all the funny movies.
I know.
I don't watch funny movies.
It really
I
ties
don't-
the
I don't think
that
they're
rug
funny.
really tied. Oh, the Big Lebowski! It really tied the room together.
That's so funny because I was going to guess the Big Lebowski
Yeah.
just because it's probably the most
Good rug.
quotable film. Who's got this currently?
Gina, 100.
Gina for $100.
Gina,
That is
really quickly. That's from Anchorman.
So my mom didn't really have a sense of humor, and
Tragically
probably the branch of the autism tree came through her. And I always thought my mom was super intelligent, and she is, but she has no sense of humor. Like, I think I've seen her laugh in my life twice. And they were over like super abstract things that nobody else would laugh about. And I just thought she just wasn't, funny. And obviously, I've never heard my mom tell a joke. I've never heard her say something funny. I've never seen her laugh. She's like Spock, right? And actually, I have a very kind of deep empathy for Spock because I love Spock so much. And also, Spock kind of reminds me of my mom, which is a weird thing to say. But she always treated her whole family like we were way too highbrow to watch silly comedies. And if a comedy was on TV, like, oh, come and watch the Griswold Christmas or whatever, she was like, I don't watch silly comedies. And so I actually kind of in the back of my head thought the reason I didn't think Napoleon Dynamite was funny was because I was just way too highbrow, like I was just above it. And then so my friend at work who's nailed a few like kind of like death blow observations to me, I pointed out that maybe the reason I don't think Napoleon Dynamite was funny is because I'm autistic. It's just like 2 hours of like I'm not even doing anything. Like what's the movie about? Yeah, when he pointed that out, it kind of hit me pretty
He was
hard.
like, what if you are Napoleon Dynamite? And you're like, oh. And then Rich goes, I would never put tater tots in my pocket.
And that part seemed weird to me.
So
Oh,
hot.
I shave my head when I'm hot all the
He
time.
shaves me.
I'll shave everybody's head when it's hot. Like, okay, we still have 10 people on.
Okay.
Look at this, $700.
I want to keep one of them. I think maybe I keep the big one.
show people.
I want to show them. Look how pretty they are. I embroidered them. And
Okay,
okay,
no, but-
so this was the full moon in
Okay.
Capricorn yesterday.
all right. Here's how this is going to work. All right. Jess couldn't decide which one she wanted to keep. Correct.
I'm kind of leaning towards keeping this one, but
Okay.
go keep continue.
But
Continue.
so, and I said what you should do is show them and just put a decent opening bid. For instance, I put $50 on the one that I
Right.
wouldn't mind keeping.
Right.
So I was saying, I think actually in the real world, like $300 would be a very, very generous opening bid. Here at the Rebel House, $300, like, yeah, right. But everywhere but here, I think the opening bid would probably be around $300 for a beautiful piece of art like this. So let's say either one of these can go up. Does that work for you?
Yeah. Can I
No.
tell you something?
What?
So this
Come on.
one, I just want to tell about them.
Sometimes you take stuff away from
No,
me.
I won't. I
Okay.
promise. Can I just point to them?
Yes.
I won't take it away. I promise.
Yeah, no point.
This one. This
You're
one.
a theater.
This one.
I'm teasing her because we're on the screen. At home, I never tease her.
This. I can't get violent here because I'm on screen. This one is for the full moon in Capricorn that happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Capricorn, last full moon of the year. And this one, it's about being a sunshine, but then sometimes you're crying, and then sometimes you have to try to and like meditate to try to balance everything out. So there's tears coming from the sun, but also it's trying to be a sunshine, and then it's trying to balance and be like that. there's lots of feelings all the time. So this one is about feelings, feel the feelings, and
Yeah.
this one is about the Capricorn full moon.
And I don't know if I told you about this. I kind of made the decision not to tell you about this just because it was such a special moment. Yesterday, well, Felix and I have been winter bike riding, so that's something I've kind of done by myself for the last little while. Just this year, we got the fat tires on Felix's bike. He just loves winter bike riding, but he wasn't over yesterday, so I was winter bike riding by myself, and it was just this like toonie-sized moon that sat at the end of the bike path between a tree and a building the entire bike ride. So I went for like an hour bike ride yesterday, and 45 minutes of it was this moon. And then I turned at like 3/4, but the moon had kind of shifted. The whole bike ride, this giant, just like palm-sized moon shining in my face the whole way. I thought I was going to pass out. It was so beautiful. And the sky was, you know, those Calgary skies where the sky's like pink and blue? Well, at the moment that I shifted and went across the bridge by the zoo,
Oh,
that's when the sky turned pink and the sun was just cutting through behind the backs of the skyline. And the whole bike ride was just like so stunning.
I'm
so
like
beautiful.
amazed you made it home that you didn't crash because you're just
I
staring. at
never
the
looked
moon.
at the
I know.
Theo's pieces. Let me tell you something about Theo's pieces. Theo has let his entire life show before us. These are from 2023, but sometimes he's got paintings from 1973, and he makes these paintings, and they're really beautiful and they're really special. And his whole life is, and he sells these in the hundreds of dollars when he's out here. But again, here he sells them for quite a fair price. And also, this is a funny one because one thing I like about Theo's paintings is sometimes you have this like faux pas where you show the work upside down, and sometimes you see a work and it works perfectly upside down.
It's called very large.
Or bunnies hanging from the sky. Again, now this one,
are $50 for each of these.
yeah, and he also donates 100% of what he sells to the gallery. This one I wouldn't hang upside down. Oh, this reminds me of Edmonton.
The sky?
I wonder why I remember there being green skies in Edmonton. That's weird, right? Poison?
Yeah.
I ingested poison and I
Called
thought
pollution.
pollution.
This one's called Linear Prairie and Sky. Linear Sky. This one's from 2012,
Right?
where these ones are from 2023, so they're very recent. Hey, they're from Valentine's Day. 0214. Both of them. He was painting up a storm on 0214. You can tell what Theo thinks about that.
Well, Theo's with us.
Theo! They're beautiful.
Well, Theo's with us.
Whoa, we looped in time.
Oh, like deja vu?
Yeah.
Oh, like deja vu?
These are so beautiful on their frame.
These just happen to land in frames because of figure drawing.
They're so gorgeous.
These are our friend who's a tattoo artist. And she's been modeling with us for, well, probably since we started figure drawing again. And then I've got these two big paintings, which came out of a movie set, Brian Austin Green.
Oh, I found another painting. Oh, look.
Oh, isn't that funny? Jess loves this. I don't know why. I did it. But what happened was I was missing the summer, and I was imagining floating. Well, there's this little thing you do at school. Can we do a little experiment? Okay. Yeah. What I need you to do is now the people online this last week. And actually a couple of the kids last week went to my school, so they're like, oh, wait, this is cool, but they played along. By the way, if you have an opposite experience, don't yell it out because it'll kind of like spoil. It's kind of like knowing a riddle. So this is an experiment I kind of stumbled across on my own, and I'll turn this light up because it's blinding me. But what I need you to do is close your eyes and try and think of a memory that is so vivid It looks like a photograph in your head. Are your eyes closed? It looks like your eyes are open. Are your eyes closed?
What?
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Yeah. You can't make me close my eyes. Okay, ready? Close your eyes. I want you to try and think of a memory, a visual memory that is so specific, you and another person, preferably not a photograph, please, but a memory from your life where you remember you standing next to another person, possibly doing something, but it's got to be so vivid that you even remember what you're wearing. So if you can think of a memory of yourself standing next to somebody, just raise your hand slowly to let me know that you've kind of found this image. Take a second, and when you find that image, just pop your hand up. Okay. Is the memory so vivid that you do remember what you were wearing? If that's true, wait till your finger at me or something. Okay. Do you remember their hair? Do you remember their shoes? Do you remember your shoes? Wiggle your finger at me if you can remember your hair. You don't remember your hair? Yeah. Okay. So my experience is this. This is actually something I discovered on my own and then I read about later on. Is I was in my cousin's mezzanine. And in my cousin's mezzanine, there was a winding staircase that went right around the room. And when you were coming down the stairs, halfway down the room, kind of Casablanca style, you'd be looking down into the mezzanine from about 15 feet up and 4 feet back to this into the room. And my memory of Glenn and I standing in the room when this kid left the house, he's being a real jerk, and as he closed the door, Glenn and I started laughing. I remember the moment. It felt like a very movie moment. It stayed with me my whole life. But one time when I was about 18, I was thinking back to this memory, and I realized I only ever remember this memory from halfway up the staircase. I always see myself from about 10 feet up and about 5 feet back. And that's why I can see my own hair and my own clothes from the outside as if someone else was looking at me and my cousin Glenn. So when I ask people to find that memory of you and somebody else, generally, in most people's cases, you're seeing yourself, but from the outside, as though you're floating 6 feet back and 10 feet up. Was that your experience? Yeah. So for a long time, I'm like, what the hell was that? And it's got to do with how we unpack our memories and turn things into narratives in our heads. But you should have, like, I can sort of see, you have glasses on, you can see the rims of your glasses, you kind of block them out. You can kind of close one eye and point your eye at your nose. But you can't see your ear now, right? You can in your memories for the most part. From your memories, you're seeing it as though a video camera recorded you. And that is such a weird, and this is something I just discovered on my own one night at 3 o'clock in the morning. Tried it out on my grade 7s the next day. The grade 7s kind of take it as stride. Their parents don't take it as stride. If you're middle-aged and you suddenly realize most of your memories are fabricated, like, what the hell? It's a huge mind screw. But when you're a kid, it's like, yeah, things weird. You live on a weird planet. You know,
We live on
video games, things are weird. But yeah.
I never the first game.
Yeah.
Oh,
I always remember, yeah, from
but not
floating
just
up.
memories, like dreaming. If I'm in my dream.
Did you have your memory from first person from inside your
mine
eyes?
was like first person. That's why I couldn't figure out what was I wearing. I don't know because I can just remember.
Yeah. Do you play video games?
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's one of the things I've noticed, because I've been trying this experiment out for 20 years. And there's another one. This is, how much time do we have? I'll tell you a quick story. We don't really have a lot of art tonight.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
Richard did 50 on this
Oh,
one,
isn't that nice?
and I think that's really nice. And then
Okay.
I'll keep the other. Does
Perfect.
that sound good?
And we can carry that in our pocket.
And I can carry this to. That's very sweet. That is a nice thing. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yay.
Oh yeah. So there's this weird scenario where they used to, it was a test to see if you're a psychopath. And so, by the way, this isn't connected to being a psychopath, by the way. But it so happened that like
So, well,
25 years ago, my friend was writing a book about being a psychopath, and he's doing all this research on it. And so he'd sit me down in the kitchen one day, and he would give me all these weird scenarios and kind of shout, like, you know, the light shooting, tell me what we want to know, and he'd give me all these kind of psychological tests that he was testing out for psychopaths in his book. And one of the psychopath stories was, it's kind of hard to get all the details in because, for instance, it's a different narrative you're male or female, or depending on what your interest is. But the narrative goes, let's say in my case, I go to a funeral, I meet the love of my life. I think to myself, I should talk to this girl in my case, and then I leave the funeral without talking to her because that would be totally inappropriate. And a few weeks later, it was my cousin's funeral. I killed my cousin's brother. Why did you do it? Now, you know, nine people who were like could not figure out why they would have killed their own cousin. But the one psychopath was like, oh, that's easy, since I'd see the girl again at the next funeral, right? So
I guess I'm a psychopath because that's what I just said in my head. But I didn't know a lot of crime
that's that between the video games and the crime dramas, we're rewiring our
You gorgeous.
we're rewiring our brain through TV and video games that like 25 years ago, if you had guessed that, it would be an indication that we should keep an eye on you. But now with the crime dramas, no, it's much more normal. For that test doesn't really work anymore. And again, the thing with right, that over the last 20 years has changed quite a bit. And I don't have any data on that one. That's just my own experience. But I have like 2 or 3 memories in my life that I remember from first person, and they were like car crashes and motorcycle crashes. I remember doing this.
I'm just trying to think I have a poor memory in general, but someone tells me, oh, I know, I remember that. Like, activate my memory by telling me.
Right.
Right.
I have poor recall.
I memorize things through like photographs that I've seen, so then I can kind of pull up
and
things
that will
that
also
way.
mess with your theory. Yeah.
Totally.
One of the things you might work on, not that I'm going to give you homework, is if you do pull like one memory from anywhere, like your first day of school. It so happened my first day of school. We were at that school in Edmonton.
Yeah.
I was running up the steps and I stumbled, and I was just so embarrassed that I tripped up going up the steps in front of the other kids on my first day of kindergarten. But when I can pull that memory, then it's like a thread. You just start pulling off of that memory, and you can pull the whole day in. And so if you can just grab one thing from grade 5, right, and then just pull that and just treat it like a sweater and undress yourself with that thread, and then you can pull all those memories back, and it's a good practice for your brain.
That's kind of fun.
So that's your homework.
That's really good. That's a cool thought. Fernando is saying, beautiful art, my rebel friends. Receive a big hug from your artist friends in Peru. Hi, that's fun.
Is that where we sent that laptop?
Yeah, that might have been. I think that was who that was from.
So can I say this? So one night, our friend came in, and he was in Calgary because he needed to grab a couple of laptops to go to Peru. And I took my son's laptop, wiped it, and gave it to him, right? And I told all of them, we'll get you another laptop. And then because sometimes we'll just put a call out, like, hey, we need some laptops for some kids in Peru. And I think 6 laptops came after we gave our one laptop away. So we gave one to Oliver, and then we find homes for the other 5 laptops. But that laptop that went to Peru cascaded over and over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. There's a computer right there that's a desktop, and it's got Photoshop on it, and it needs a home. And then there's another computer that we can just use to watch movies until we close next year. So we probably moved 30 computers through here of people donating their computers and passing them on. That started with the one that went to Peru. That's really cool. And then we're down to 2, and I'm hoping we don't get any more. And at the Christmas dinner, we had some guests come by, and one of them and he needed a laptop. I'm like, right there. And then please don't give us any more laptops to give away. But we're just getting to the end of that roller coaster, and I was just thinking of him on Christmas Day, because I was like, oh, that's funny, because I got one. Remember, I was like this, and it started 8 years ago when he was just visiting in Calgary, and he needed to get a laptop and go home. Yeah, I'm like, here you go. Yeah. So if you give a laptop away, you'll get 30 back.
There you go.
Who knew?
Who knew?
If you need 29 laptops,
this set of 5 beautiful monochrome line drawings are from Alex, and he had his works up just previous, and it's 5 pieces, and the opening is $25 for the set of 5 of them.
And this is the last time I'm going to show this painting before I put a Christmas dress on the young lady.
Christmas dress?
It was a I think Jordan Peterson made a comment at a plus size model that kind of pissed me off. And I was, so it was a plus size model. It was the plus size model that he made a comment about. Ended up coming out looking like a plus size Jesse. But this is also some leftover pieces from a movie set that I was able to dress the movie set and then paint onto them. So this is the last time you'll see this large painting of a girl in a bikini. Because somehow I turned this into a girl in some kind of dress because I think maybe it's too much bikini.
She could be a forest elf. She
Forest
could be a
elf.
very lovely forest elf.
Well, she's going to be different next week.
Yay! I like that they evolve. Yeah, I love that so much.
That one's actually a blacklight painting too.
This beautiful last piece is $80 opening bid. This is by Brenda. It would be very nice in the window and the light would come through very lovely. Okay, so I'm just gonna.
Is that all the stuff?
Well, there's more. I can keep pulling more. I know. We can keep pulling stuff up. This opening is $65 by Kelly.
What is this?
This is currently at $50 to Richard, and I'm trying to show it. You can see the stitching. Well, it's hard because the light's behind it. Yeah, but there.
Whose is this?
Oh, that's Colton. So Colton's work's up on the wall.
Oh, we'll put this up
And
with
this
it.
is also Colton's work. So this is 120 opening.
All right. Well, we do need to go to the airport really early tomorrow. 9 people left with us. Thank you so much for coming in on the Boxing Day Rumble. The Boxing Day Rumbles can be quite
Like this.
like this. $1 for this one. $1 for this one.
Is the library one still open? Or is it
Here's the library.
I
We
think
haven't
it's-
timed anything else.
here? I'll
Sorry. Who's bidding? That's you? Okay. We should just check and see that Gina's still awake. Is that fair?
That's
Oh,
fair.
yeah, that's fair.
That's totally fair.
You snooze, you lose. Isn't that like
Right.
Literally snoozing.
So I know where to use this.
What about a tiny Jeep? It'd make a nice postcard. Tiny Dr. John.
Yeah. Wasn't it? It was like.
What is
Yeah.
it? Music sheet ones? Well, those ones were, or they're done.
Which ones?
Gina says 125.
Oh, geez. Oh,
Oh, we got a hot bidding war.
She knew she could do this.
Are we is that
I didn't finish
are
my
we
story.
calling all of these
So this
out?
is a painting of Princess Island Park from 10 feet up and 4 feet back the way our memories work. And
He loops it back around.
and then so what I really like about this painting is I painted the grass. There's missing some grass, and then I painted all the shadows because I can do that because I'm using gouache and watercolor. And then once the shadows dried, I painted the bodies into place. So it was really fun because this is more of a technical challenge for me, where I was imagining where the shadows would land before I drew the people in. So I drew a shadow of somebody sitting, I drew a shadow of somebody sitting, I drew a shadow of 2 people standing, and I drew the shadows of 2 people laying down with their bums in the air. And then there's some other people about to walk by on this side over here, and another person whose feet are just on the page. And then once I got all the shadows down, then because the gouache will knock out the watercolor, I painted all the bodies on.
That's really beautiful.
Isn't it?
I like that layering.
Yeah.
And this piece, lovely piece by Sandra. It's a beautiful iridescent watercolor, handmade watercolor, and one of the pieces of inspiration was rose, and it has beautiful eyes.
By any of them. Okay.
And that's opening 5.
Yeah.
All right. Here's what we got. We gotta go to bed. Super early for any rumble. It's only 10 o'clock, but we do got to get up in a couple hours. So is this going to you at 110?
No,
Gina.
125.
125? 125 going once, 125 going twice, 125 going 3 times.
This time, like this.
Nobody. What did you?
For how much?
$1.
$1 Jeep. $1 Jeep. Okay.
These are a gift. I don't know how you slip them out.
Okay.
Did you get that one? Who's got that? Okay.
Ah.
Should we go with the number one? Like that is right.
Oh, and Richard wants the Jeep. There we go.
Yay! I can totally fit this in my pocket.
That's $1. All right.
Perfect. An American dollar.
See.
Well, that was relatively went quite well compared to what I was expecting.
So much embroidery.
Take lots of photos.
I usually make movies out of this stuff. We might broadcast from. Normally, what we do is we try and avoid
Thank
broadcasting
you
while
so
we're.
much. Here, that's yours.
Thanks.
Oh, it's. Thank you so much for your help. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Here, wait. Where's my hug?
Oh,
Have fun. Have fun and the boys say hello. It's okay.
No, it's not.
I have to say
this one, I make vlogs. I'm really. I have lots of friends.
All right.
Yeah, I'm really in the mood for that. I have a nice.
Often at the end of the night, you can get Jesse to sing. Broadcast from Hawaii. It's true. Are you lonesome tonight?
Yeah, just like.
Hey, Jesse, can you come sing for us?
Okay, I will sing for you.
Where is this one?
That's how we know it's over.
This is how we know it's over. Yeah.
Just makes everybody leave.
Yeah, people just start running.
Is there anything else you want me to send?
No, that is all. Cause the Jeep, and I'll take the fabric and the Jeep in my purse. Yeah, that's perfect. Though now I don't know
What am I?
Okay.
Listen, are
Yeah.
you sending stuff to Richard?
Yeah.
Oh, let's do this.
Okay.
I will.
Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. Sorry. Oh yeah, I got you. I'll sing that in call. A blossom fell from off the tree. It settled softly on the lips. You turned to me. The gypsies say, and I know why. A falling blossom only touches lips that lie. A blossom fell, and very soon I saw you kissing someone new beneath the moon. You said you loved me. You said you loved me. We planned together to dream forever. The dream has ended, for true love died. The night a blossom fell and touched two lips that lie.
Yay! Thank you.